Social media economics is something to keep in mind as social media evolves this century. But before we get into details, it's important to understand what social media is all about. What really is social media? Through the creation of virtual networks and communities, social media is an application that enables the exchange of ideas, views, and knowledge. Social networking is internet-based by nature, allowing users to share content quickly using electronic means. Personal details, notes, photographs, and images are also included in this material. Users interact with social media through web-based apps or applications on a computer, tablet, or smartphone. Social media is used all over the world, although the United States, Europe, and Asian countries such as Indonesia are at the top of the list. Social media is used by over 3.8 billion users. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are just some of the most popular social networking sites in the world. In this new internet-based world that we live in, there is no way you will talk about social media economics without talking about how social networking works. So, what is social networking? The use of technology to build and maintain personal and business relationships is known as social networking. This is accomplished by the use of social media platforms including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. These websites allow individuals and businesses to communicate with one another in order to create relationships and exchange content, ideas, and messages. Family members who live far away will use personal social networking sites like Facebook to stay in touch. They'll exchange pictures and information on what's going on inside their lives. People may also interact with those who share their interests, especially strangers. Individuals can also connect with one another through communities, lists, and hashtags. Marketers also use social networking to improve brand awareness and encourage brand loyalty. Social media marketing helps spread a brand's voice and content by making it more available to potential consumers and more familiar to loyal customers. A daily Twitter user, for example, might learn about a business for the first time via a newsfeed and decide to purchase a product or service. The more consumers who are drawn to a company's name, the better its chances of attracting and keeping new customers are. Marketers use social media to help increase conversion rates, building followers to give you access to fresh, recent, and old clients, as well as the opportunity to engage with them. Using social media to share blog posts, photos, videos, or even feedback helps followers to respond and access the company's website and become consumers. Almost any product or service you use is sponsored by a social media savvy organization. It's almost hard to imagine a large company that doesn't use social media to sell or promote and market itself. Using social media for business is not only a smart idea, but it's also necessary if you want to compete in the corporate world today. Social media is a key tool for advertisement. From the standpoint of the user, advertisement was initially a means to get a finished product at a significantly discounted price. Without inserts and placements, magazine and newspapers, newsstands and subscription rates will have to be a multiple of what they are today. In reality, such publications would be unprofitable because the increase in price would inevitably reduce the number of copies sold to virtually zero. The same can be said about traditional TV and, most importantly, social media platforms. In principle, Facebook might simply bill the $8.52 annual global sales per user to the user on a subscription basis, but the dilemma is that imposing a charge would not only cause millions of consumers to cancel their accounts or never choose to pay the subscription fee in the first place, but it would also eradicate the chance of future dynamicism and expansion. To go from 300 million users to 2.5 billion and beyond, a social networking site must be easy, almost effortless, and most importantly, secure. Using an advertiser-supported model, rather than charging each user directly, is without a doubt the most straightforward way for Facebook to gain as many users as possible. The more people on the web, the more brands are able to contact them, and the more money they're willing to pay. For Facebook's management and owners, this creates the most virtuous of circles. What are the advantages? As previously said, Social networking helps people to stay in touch with families and friends with whom they would otherwise be unable to communicate due to distance or merely losing touch. People may also form new connections by connecting with those that have similar interests. Companies may also use social networking to communicate with new and potential customers. They can also use social media to build and encourage and raise brand awareness through it. User feedback and recommendations are also very important to them. The more positive reviews an organization receives, the more important its brand authority becomes. This results in additional sales and a better search engine score. As a result, social networking will assist in establishing a brand's legitimacy, credibility, and trustworthiness. An organization may use social media to show the quality of customer support and to strengthen partnerships with customers. If a customer complains about a product or service on Twitter, for example, the company can respond quickly, apologize, and take steps to correct the situation. There are still drawbacks to something good, so let's talk about the disadvantages. The propagation of disinformation can be greatly aided by social networking, and it has the potential to spread like wildfire. Since 2012, this has become more common. The source of this knowledge is rumors, which circulate quicker than reality. According to one report, disinformation is 70% more likely to be posted on Twitter than actual accurate knowledge. Social media networking may have a negative effect on businesses almost as much as traditional networking. On social media, brand criticism will spread rapidly. For a company's public affairs department, this can be a nightmare. Despite the fact that social networking is accessible, creating and managing a business profile takes several hours per week, and the cost of those hours easily add up. Furthermore, before a social media marketing strategy can begin to generate a significant return on investment, companies must have a large number of followers. For example, sending a post to 15 followers has a different impact than sending a post to 15,000 followers. Another problem that social media faces is clout hunting. Chasing fame has become more prevalent among social media users as the platform has grown in popularity. In the name of attracting fans, people are seeking celebrities and sharing fake news. This is the essence of clout chasing. For others, clout is the pinnacle of social media. According to the dictionary definition, clout can be defined as an individual who can express a sense of power or authority, especially in the political sense. Clout nowadays is largely determined by the number of likes on your photo or the number of followers you have on social media. If you have over 10,000 likes or followers on Instagram, you are considered popular. A hook is needed in an essay to pique the reader's interest, and the same is true for those attempting to become popular on Instagram. This is where the clout chasing dilemma begins. People finding followers by doing crazy things to get publicity. Some people will go to great lengths just to gain clout, resulting in the clout epidemic. Girls have been seen to share increasingly intimate photos of themselves in order to achieve more clout, which is not just disrespectful to themselves, but also to women in general. Boys often disrupt the peace in public places in order to attract the likes and followers of others who find it amusing or just fascinating to watch. Making fun of people who are less privileged who have disabilities is one of the most irritating ways for people to achieve clout. The pressure of clout chasing will wreck one's image and lead to problems with low self-esteem. Seeing girls post revealing photos on their pages and receiving a lot of likes can lead women to believe that they need to do the same to be famous. There are several posts on the internet about how Instagram models make women believe that they're ugly and make them feel insecure about their bodies. Not only do teenagers spend almost 9 hours a day on social media, but it can also lead to insecurities, loneliness, and a variety of other mental health problems. Popular questions asked: what really is the point of social media? Individuals and companies use social networking to communicate with one another and exchange information, thoughts, and messages. Companies often use social media to build brand awareness, advertise goods and services, and respond to consumer questions and complaints. What are the most popular social media sites? Big names like Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and Twitter are among the most popular social media platforms. In the United States, these are the most prominent social networking sites: Pinterest, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, and YouTube. Another famous platform that connects professionals with coworkers, company contacts, and employers is LinkedIn. What are the benefits of social media? People use social networks because they enable them to form relationships with people they would not otherwise be able to meet. When used for public affairs, publicity, and advertising, it can also help increase company competitiveness. What are the top 10 social media platforms? Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Messenger by Google, and Tumblr are the top 10 social networking platforms according to Statista. We've come to the end of today's video, and I'm sure you enjoyed every moment of it. If you did, like and share the video with friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can get updated when new videos are uploaded. Thanks, and until then, see you in the next video.